Samsung's latest mid-budget segment phone, the Galaxy J8 Infinity, comes with a 6-inch thin bezel display. It also has dual cameras at the back and 64GB of onboard storage. But the phone is priced at around 20,000 rupees, although you'll find it on Amazon at around 19,000 rupees. But still, the phone packs a Snapdragon 450 chip, which could be very limited in performance compared to several phones available in this price segment. You're watching India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi, and let's unbox the Galaxy J8 Infinity. This is probably Samsung's most premium Galaxy J series smartphone. Of course, from the price tag and the fact that it has a 6-inch AMOLED panel gives it a great appeal when it comes to display. And Samsung's phones mostly are about displays and sometimes also a great camera. And let's see what the Galaxy J8 is up to. We have the black color variant. The phone is available in blue and gold as well. Let's pull the phone out of the box. So we unboxed the Galaxy J6 and the design looks similar to that. It's taken from the Galaxy S9. The fingerprint scanner is placed below the cameras and the dual camera setup is vertically placed. The back is surely not metal as it's made out of plastic. And you'll see there are no antenna lines on the phone, which tells you the fact that the body is not metal. The phone has two SIM trays. One comes with a micro SD card and the other is a single SIM tray, which means that you can add two SIM cards and expand the storage as well. Samsung has done a good job at keeping the build quality quite solid. It is not made out of metal, but the frame is solid and you get a great hand feel of the device. The edges are curved and the corners are rounded, so the hold is also quite comfortable, though the back is completely flat, so you don't get a great fitting in the palm. But the phone in itself is quite slim. Let's take a look at the box contents and we'll come back to the phone. You get the usual micro USB cable, although I think it's quite small. There's the usual Samsung headphones and not of very premium quality, as you can see, but it does have a mic and a button to control calls. Then there's a charger with 1.55 ampere of output rating. So the phone surely does not have fast charging, though the chipset supports it. The micro USB interface will not allow the phone to have faster charging. So let's power up the device and take a look at the ports in the meantime. You get micro USB port at the bottom with a microphone and a headphone jack. At the top there's nothing, so you don't get a secondary microphone probably for noise cancellation. The speaker vent is placed on the right like on the Galaxy A series phones. There's the power button on the right and volume rocker split into two. On the top bezel you will find the front LED flash, some sensors, an earpiece and the front camera. So the phone is all set, and in case you would like to take a look at the full specifications of the smartphone first, here they are. So the Galaxy J8 Infinity runs the latest Android Oreo and it has the latest Samsung UI as well. Let's check out the version. So it's Samsung's Experience version 9.0 on top of Android 8.0. So it's not really the latest one being the Android 8.1. Now let's check some important things on the phone. First of all, we'll check the ambient light sensor, which I think is not present because I don't see an auto brightness option here. This is quite a basic thing that you should have on your phone, and I don't know why Samsung would skip such important sensors on the Galaxy J8 Infinity. Next, let's take a look at the fingerprint scanner and the face recognition, because these are two important things that the phone has in this price segment. Majorly the face recognition, and the speed I've heard is not that great. So it does take a good amount of time to unlock the phone using the face recognition method. And next I've also set up the fingerprint scanner, which is also not very fast, though it's not very slow either, but for a phone of this price you would expect something better, especially when there are phones like the Redmi Note 5 Pro that give you much faster fingerprint scanners. Though it works every time, I would rather want a circular fingerprint scanner, which is quite easy to find and easy to use. You get more surface area to place your finger. You can simultaneously set up face, fingerprint and pattern unlock, and you can use any one of them at a given point of time. Next, let's take a look at the interface, which is the usual Samsung Experience UI. You get the app drawer by swiping up. There's a settings menu that gives you all the settings options, and there's a search bar at the top when you can search, and you would need to search because it's quite a comprehensive menu. Now there are a lot of pre-installed apps on the phone. Of course, there are some from Google, there's some from the Microsoft, but there are also some apps that you may want to uninstall, and you can surely do so. For example, there's the Daily Hunt app that I would want to uninstall, and Samsung gives you the option to remove these third-party apps, which is quite good. There's also Bixby on the phone and other Samsung softwares like the Pay Mini that you can get from swiping from the bottom. Now keep in mind there are Samsung applications that cannot be deleted from the phone. For example, there's the browser or the Samsung Mall or Pay Mini. You'll see that these cannot be deleted and can only be disabled with still stay in the phone and still take up all the storage. Now let's check the app launch speed on the device. I'm really curious to see how fast the Galaxy J8 is. So there's nothing running in the background now. Okay, so let's launch the phone dialer, which would launch quite quickly, but it does take time to load on screen. Alright, let's launch the camera application now. Not very slow, but not fast either. Okay, so the performance as far as the app launch is concerned is not that bad. Of course, there is slight slowness in the animations, which would be perfectly rendered on phones like the Galaxy S9 because they have a better hardware, but it's not very bad on the J8 Infinity. And some apps will also send you notifications. It has the option to optimize, to clear background applications, clear all the cache, and clear all the stuff from the background to make the phone faster. We were yet to see if it really makes it fast or really adds to the clutter that will prevent you from using the phone easily or smoothly. Let's move on to the display part. Okay, so this is how the Galaxy J8 display looks like. I probably need to boost up some brightness. You can pinch the screen to zoom and use the full screen area, but keep in mind that the phone's resolution is limited to 720p. So here I am running a 720p video. You cannot switch to 1080p because of course resolution is limited to 720p, which is HD plus in terms of thin bezel design. Being an AMOLED panel, you see the brightness levels are quite high and the sharpness of the screen is quite amazing. When you will view it from any angle, the display viewing angle is also quite nice. Although our colors are a bit to a warmer side, but since the display is a glossy one, you'll see the rendering of colors look quite nice. The blacks are deep and the reds are shiny and very reflective. It may at times look overly processed, the colors tending to be over sharpened. Now let's take a look at the cameras on the device. You get a dual camera at the back. From the initial testing, I can say the shutter is quite fast and the autofocus capabilities of the phone is also quite nice. Phone locks AF in very little amount of time and it's quite accurate. One thing I noticed is that the detail on the phone is not very nice, especially taking into account the fact that it has a 16 megapixel sensor. The details on the photos are not very impressive. Though in the macro shots you'll see the autofocus is sharp, the outlines are sharp and the details are nice, but in usual shots or in portraits as well, the details are not very impressive. The dual camera gives you the ability to use a portrait mode, which comes up as live focus mode in the phone. We did click some shots and there's a usual problem of the outlines getting blurred alongside the background and they're not very sharply or very distinctly visible. Now, like the Galaxy J6 we recently unboxed, the front camera on the phone comes with AR stickers. First, let's take a look at that. So we did a preview of this while unboxing the Galaxy J6, and this is quite a cool feature that has made down from the Galaxy S series. The quality on the device's front camera is not very impressive, especially considering the fact that it has a 16 megapixel camera. We would have expected better results, especially in low light. But yes, we'll do require a full round of testing for telling you more about the cameras, so stay tuned. And if you have anything to ask about the Galaxy J8 Infinity, let us know in the comment section below. Also, if you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology like this. Thank you for watching.